when they do their final exam with the DVLD, that they give you a call and say thank you. They smile. They passed. So it's that in itself is rewarding. Yeah.
Do they bring apples for you?
Not yet.
Not yet. No. What's the importance of being a certified driving school instructor? Does it require like certain training and exam certification from a body or organization?
Yeah. It does. Back when let me take it back from my police days in traffic. You had to be qualified to drive a force vehicle, and at that time was a Sergeant Braham from the UK, which was a professional instructor. He took us out on the road, the chosen few that could drive police vehicles back in those days, and gave us lessons. But I also took it one step further at my own expense. I went up to Metro Dade Police Department to learn defensive and offensive driving, which helped a lot too. But here, to become a certified or an ADI, you have to go through testing by the DVLD. It's a 4-part theory and 2-part practical, meaning you take a test,
right.
the code, then you go out, they instruct you, and then you instruct them.
But in the Cayman Islands, there's no body that requires.
Yeah, DVL, Department.
DVL, okay, all right. So
Department
you have
of Vehicle and Driver's License.
So you have to get that. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
You can go there, but to be recognized and to be within, to do it right, you have to be recognized by them.
So Luke, you have to, as an instructor, driving instructor, you have to be firm and patient. Mm-hmm. Anything else to add to that?
Patience, well, of course, the steel of nerve,
okay.
Nerves of steel. But no, because the last thing you want is a nervous. I hate to use the word instructor, coach.
Coach.
Because it's more of that's what it happens nowadays. It's more you're more coaching than instructing. Do this, do that. So once they're comfortable, I try to make my student comfortable and not to be. You don't want them panicking or nervous behind the wheel because then they're not going to learn that well. So no, you just have to be relaxed and communicate with them.
There's a saying that don't ever make a loved one teach you to drive.
Correct.
You agree?
I agree. No, I've had a few students that come in actually that have been taught by they're being taught by their family or mother or father or relatives, and they fail because especially roundabouts, when they're going in or coming out of roundabouts, there is a procedure. Mm-hmm. They say, well, I was told. This is how my mother showed me, or this is how my friend showed me. I say, well, that's wrong. So, yeah, it tends that, not that some people can't, give them private lessons and stuff like that, but I would say before they go to do their final exam, get in contact with one of the professional instructors in any private school or instructor in school and for help.
Even just for one lesson?
Even just for one lesson, but with me, it's once you contact me, I bring you in, I speak with you. I require at least a minimum of 5 hours for you on the road. That can be spread out over a couple of weeks. You
think back in 1983 we had anybody teaching driver? Because I don't recall.
The first person that actually, I think he was Dexter.
Dexter, Mr. Dexter Rivers.
Yeah, Rivers, Dexter. I think his last name. Dexter. Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day, I remember seeing him in I think it was a Fiat or something.
You know how I learned to drive, Luke? My husband left me on the Dyke Road, and he said, "Drive." I mean, I'm not supposed to say that because I'm supposed to be in a car by myself, right?
Well, no,
but that was
Dyke
back
Road's
in 1983.
And on Dyke Road, that time with no lights and stuff, yes, you would learn to drive and get out there quick.
And then I failed my driving, my road test the first time.
Okay.
Well, just one time because I didn't know to do a U-turn. And I got home and he showed me he had a box of matches, and he showed me, say, look, you do this. And I went back the next time and passed it, So those were easy days.
Yeah. Well,
is it any easier now?
It should be, because right now you have a lot of tools at your disposal. I mean, you can go online and, the UK especially, because that's where I based my training off, because we are, driving the left and most of the codes here are familiar with the So, they can go on to watch some YouTube channels and stuff like that to get it done. But doing it, watching it on a computer screen or a thing is different than actually getting out there and do it. But I do concentrate on roundabouts, especially going in and coming out, exiting, and going around them. your famous 3-point turn.
I love those now.
Reverse parking, and you know, and like you said, just general staying in your lane when you know, like I said, plan your route from the time you leave home, and staying in lane. Don't keep dancing them, because, like I said, the island is only 28 by. You're going to get there, even if you get there late. But that's what causes most of the traffic congestion, to people just trying to
move from. They see a space in front of them, and they must move over.
Yeah.
You know, they feel they must fill that space.
Stay in lane.
Stay in lane.
And you'll get there, you know, cause less congestion, I would say.
If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Business Buzz. This is our first segment this morning. We speak to Mr. Luke McCoy of Cayman Driving Ed. We're making better drivers out of you. And Luke, tell us about the main services that you offer at Cayman Driving Ed.
We have, I would say, a couple of three packages. You know, we have the hour course, the hour and a half, 2 hours, and we can do a half day as well. And we have a monthly package. I concentrate basically, if you're a new driver, I bring you in, you sit you down, and I do an orientation to see what level you're at and what, you know, have you driven before and stuff like that. So basically, I do the online theory practice test as well as the practical part of the test. And at the end of your lessons with me, I do a mock exam of online as well as practical.
Do you offer refreshers course?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I've done that for what we call experienced drivers, 2 years and over, who's really not that comfortable. Again, most of the calls I get is with roundabouts. That's why my logo is. Just wants to brush up.
I still think I use those roundabouts incorrectly. I don't know. Okay. I think we all do.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's perfect, but there's a right way to do it, and that way you get around it. But most people, like, especially when you're in a roundabout, they want to turn left right away. They can forget that you don't have to That's what causes accidents. Just go around and come back.
Come back
and
around.
indicate.
Right.
Indicate is the thing around roundabout. Just make sure you indicate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay focused.
Stay focused. Now, what is covered in your first lesson? I come into your class, into your conference room, and what do you?
Office.
Oh, your office. What do you do for your first? Your first lesson.
With practical or
a theory.
Theory. Mm-hmm. I gave you some material. Like I have a pamphlet like this that I have here, and I give that. Of course, I sign you up and get your. Well, first you got to have a. If you don't have a learner's license permit, then you, of course.
That would be my next question.
Yeah, you have to take your theory before you can be issued a learner's permit.
Right.
So you come to me and you say, well, you want some help with your online. So I have 2 computers I can sit you down at. This is the time you're allowed to, I would say, cheat. Because you're there to learn in order to go to the official government DVL to do your test. So you come in with your road code book, and you sit down and you know, we go through them. I go one-on-one, and we have different levels of the mock exam. It starts easy, and go intermediate, and of course advanced. And I just help them through with that, and of course I just leave them be. If you come into me with your learner's permit, I just ask you, you know, have you been driving? Who've been helping you? What have you learned? And just for the first session, I would go to a not too busy place, you know, out of town because you know less traffic, and just put them behind the wheel to see exactly
what type of vehicle do you use?
It's actually it's a Toyota small vehicle, which is the perfect size for teaching driving. You when you're teaching, especially new drivers, you don't want nothing too big and you know, cumbersome. Plus, you don't need that size car in Cayman anyway.
Do you ever teach any? Do you have anybody you ever come in there and say, "I want to learn how to drive a stick shift"?
I've had that request, and I've done one so far with their. And I also help. I can also, once the insurance is up, you can use your vehicle as well. Don't necessarily have to be. Cayman driver's ed, because whatever car you've been used to and you're comfortable, you know, that's the best one to go do your test in. Yeah.
Okay. The official road code booklet, can anybody purchase that from you?
Actually, it's free.
It's free? Okay.
It's online, DVL.
Okay.
DVLD. And the one that actually online, and Saxon also have it on their website. It's easy download, and it's actually up to date and very informative. Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have said that word.
Okay. No, Going back to the learner's license. Do say I don't know where to start, especially if I'm new on the island and I need to I have to learn to drive. Do I go into DVL and get my learners first, or do I come to you and then you will work things out for me?
Yeah. You can come to me and I'll guide you through, because in order to get your learner's permit, like I said, you must first pass your theory online test before they'll issue you one.
Okay.
But if you're a newcomer to that and you have an overseas driver's license, most likely it's just you can transferable, or you have to do the theory test only. Sometimes I think it's over 3 or 6 months. I think it's 3 months that you have to do both. So you come into me and we talk and we see how I can help you with that. Yeah, it's not an issue.
Make me feel like I need a refresher's course, Susan.
There we go.
Good morning if you're just joining us. This is the first segment of the Business Buzz on this Thursday morning. In the studio we have Mr. Luke McCoy, and we're speaking about driving and instructing and coaching. It's all about Cayman Drive and Ed this morning, making you better drivers. I want to thank your sponsors this morning of Business Buzz, Cayman Medical Supplies and Cayman Insurance Center, and also our producer, Susan Watson. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about school bus and school zones and everything schools.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Captain Dale Morrison Banks, 1936.
Following advanced education in the United States and a distinguished career in the U.S. Air Force, during which he earned degrees in economics and business administration and management, Captain Banks returned to Cayman and went to work for the Immigration Department. He was subsequently promoted to head the Department of Trade and Labor and served as its director for 13 years, initiating such programs as Project Prepare, which enhanced the potential for ex-prisoners coming back into the community. He established a strong relationship between his department and the International Labor Organization that has been of great advantage to Cayman. His non-governmental services to his country include work with the Baha'i Faith, CASA, Vision 2008, the National Committee Against Domestic Abuse, the National Gender Policy, 16 Days of Activism Against Domestic Abuse, and the Silent Witness Program. He is married to Beverly, Miss Bev, Nee Habib, with whom he has 2 children.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
The pressures of living, managing under adverse financial circumstances, trying to make ends meet by the minute, by the hour, by the day, sorting out matters for today, bills that come due, feeding the family. So much pressure in one place at one time. Step away from it all. Time to recharge, to renew, to refresh. Time to break away. Catch your breath. Make your way to a place of peace, wellness, nature. Reconnect with the Queen Elizabeth Botanical Park in Frank Sound. The wind, the birds, the orchids, the blue iguanas. Wellness, renewal, mental peppermint. The Botanical Park, supported by Rotary Central Community Service. Rotary opens opportunity.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care your convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
For 46 years, our Cayman Insurance Center family has worked to protect your family and your most valuable assets. And we are happy to announce that our offices are now reopened to better serve you. For your added convenience, you can also make payments online or make inquiries by phone or email. Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family. As your family's health is everything, do all that you can to protect it. For your family's safety, social distancing practices are in effect at our offices, and masks should be worn. From our Cayman Insurance Center family to yours, stay safe, stay Cayman strong. For more information, call 949-4657.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
7 minutes until 8 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. This morning, in our first segment, we have Mr. Luke McCoy, and he is the owner of Cayman Drive and Ed, and he's also the instructor, coach, as we like to call him, for the business. Luke, school buses and school zones. Mm-hmm. I've seen many times where the bus would stop, lights are flashing, and people are still trying to go, drivers are still trying to go past that stop bus. What would you recommend to drivers who don't know what the rules are with regards to, bus and school zones?
Well, yeah, it says in big black writing on the back of a box of bus, warning and stop. Look, those are school children, and you have to be careful. Obviously, if it's just school bus driving and you see the red flash come on, that's an indication that they're going to stop. And by law, it's 20 feet to the back. Mm-hmm. You've seen some bus drivers actually, like you said, we're talking during the break, cross put their bus diagonal across the road. I can't blame them for that, because children will have to go either to the left or the right. So safety, I mean, why risk overtaking a bus when they're going to stop it or at any time when it's stationary? A child, you can't see that child coming across the front of that bus. Correct. So it could be a tragedy. So just relax for a bit, stop. That's all they have to do. And I think the bus drivers, if they can't, I think they have, I don't know if they have cameras on them now or are able to record driver's license if a vehicle does pass, they should take it and report it. Yeah, because I don't know if there's been a prosecution yet for that, but I guess it'll only take one person to be prosecuted, and people take it seriously.
And those flashing lights, we have those warning lights that flash outside the schools, school zones. And this is to indicate to drivers that they need to reduce their speed to what?
15
miles per hour. Okay, or less.
Or less, yeah.
I think 15 is still fast.
Yeah.
What do you recommend to motorists about cell phone usage and texting, especially while driving? And your students?
Well, number one, the students not allowed to bring their phones, or if they do, it's off. Texting, answering while you're in a vehicle is, for me, is prohibited. We've seen and we've heard of bad accidents with that. Look, it can't be that important. You can't turn your phone in silent. What I do, I turn it upside down or I turn it off, and I wait till I get to my destination. Then I turn it back on, and then if there's something important, I call them at that time. If you can't wait, pull off the road safely in a what we call a safe area and answer your phone. Make sure you're off the road, though, because some people, when they pull off the road, once their front end is off the road, they think they're completely off the road, but their back end is sticking out.
Yeah, and because they just rushed to get off the road.
So pull completely off the road and answer your phone if you must. But For me, turn it on silent, turn it off, wait for where you're going, turn it back on, check your messages, and go in. Look, back in the day, in the 80s, you didn't have them, and you survived. So, I mean, for 15 or 20 minutes, when you're on the road, you know.
I like that idea of turning the phone over.
Turn your phone on, yeah.
So you don't see it flashing or whatever. You're not
Turn it
tempted to
off.
say, well, oh my gosh, I got to take this call because there's a call we've made for the past half an hour.
Yeah, but
put it in
doing
your trunk.
Yeah, doing so.
Susan suggests put it in your trunk.
You know,
No,
it's-
Susan, we're not going to put it in the trunk. That's too far. Now, are there any instances? I've left mine in the trunk many times, my handbag, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my phone is ringing, and you just try to think about the phone back there. I don't do it anymore. Are there any instances where people can legally use their phone while on the road?
No. I think they probably make an exception for law enforcement, but
is that why we see the police with the phone while they're driving?
For many times that I see them using it, I doubt it very much. There, unfortunately, and I hate to say that, but sometimes they're one of the biggest, I would say, offenders when it comes to traffic rules and regulation. They're even driving. If you drive behind a police vehicle for now and then, you'll see. So they need some help too.
From your experience and all your coaching and everything, what would drivers do when approaching, say, a pedestrian crossing and a four-way stop?
Approaching any pedestrian, there's the warning sign, slow down. You know, be prepared to stop, because pedestrians, they can just step out at any time, not even on pedestrian crossings, but just slow down, look both ways, make sure nothing is there, then proceed. Even at a four-way junction, there's stop signs. The stop sign is there for you to stop, do your checks, and then move forward, move on. Because trust me, when you least expect it, it's when something will come flying by or someone will step out. So be observant, be careful. Yeah.
Thanks for those tips, Luke. Luke, before we let you go, can we have your contact information?
Yeah. The office line is 769-0033, and our mobile is 547-5133.
Email?
And email is kimandriversed@mail.com.
And your location?
Is 13 Genesis Close, Genesis Building, 2nd floor. I'm located in the Genesis Building.
Anything you want to leave with our listeners?
No, drive safe out there, and remember, like I said, no drinking, no driving.
No drinking, no driving.
And no texting, no driving.
And if you need to get a refresher, or you just have somebody that needs to get some instruction or some coaching, please call Luke.
Yeah, just reach out.
Just reach out.
I'm here for you.
He's there for you. Thank you, Luke.
Thank you.
All the
Thanks for
best.
having me.
Good luck. If you need help, don't call me, because I'm a bad driver myself. Stay tuned for the second segment of the Business Buzz, when we'll be speaking with John and Caitlin from Fiddle Murphy's after the news break. Thanks to our sponsors, Cayman Medical Supplies and Cayman Insurance Center.
Thank you, Anita. And studio time now by Foster's is 7:59.
New Year healthy options. Live at Foster's.
When you need lunch on the go, head to the Fresh Salad Bar at all Foster's locations. Or if you're looking for a vegan meal, check out our new vegan hot bar at Foster's Camana Bay.
Replace that sugary drink with a locally brewed kombucha full of vitamins B, C, and antioxidants. Or get it on tap at our Camana Bay store.
And to help you whilst you're shopping, look out for the organic and all-natural signs in store.
For more healthy tips, follow us at Foster's Cayman on Facebook and Instagram. Foster's, better because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. News is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky.
The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. Please be advised that the pension contribution holiday has been extended until 30th of June 2021. Employers and plan members should ensure arrangements are in place for salary deductions and remittance following this date. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan, keeping you informed. For further information, visit chamberpensions.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. We're here for you.
Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Radio
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The Traffic and Roads Policing Unit is investigating a two-car smash near Yacht Drive Sunday night. Just before 8:15 p.m., RCIPS officers on patrol spotted a white Chevy Equinox traveling south in the northbound lane at a high speed towards oncoming traffic. A chase ensued, but officers called it off in the interest of public safety as the car approached Safe Haven. Shortly thereafter, police and other emergency services were sent to a two-car crash on West Bay Road near Kintyre Drive, where it was reported that a white Chevy Equinox, the same from earlier in the evening, was involved in a head-on collision with a truck. The driver of the Equinox appeared to be injured and was immediately transported to the Cayman Islands Hospital for treatment and the car seized. Police say the driver of the truck didn't appear to have any injuries. However, the 47-year-old was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence after failing a roadside breath test. In the meantime, the driver of the Equinox refused treatment at the hospital and self-discharged. Police are now making efforts to locate the man in relation to several driving offenses. In other news, the Cayman Arts Festival 2021 officially kicked off Wednesday night with a reception hosted by His Excellency the Governor Martin Roper at Government House. The reception was attended by sponsors of this year's festival and included performance by Cayman's after-school instrumental music ensemble. Now in its 17th year, the festival puts in the spotlight resident musicians as well as fringe events across the Cayman Islands celebrating Cayman's heritage. The festival runs through February 13th with Music at the Library kicking things off on February 4th at the Public Library. For a full schedule of events, tickets, and information, head to CaymanArtsFestival.com. And the Cayman Islands Agricultural Society presents Kids Night at the Pavilion.
The last Friday of the month, of every month, this year, we're going to have a Kids Night out at the Pavilion. This gives the parents opportunity to drop their kids off, ages 6 to 12, and we'll have entertainment, games, movie on the lawn, and we'll have snacks available for them.
Agricultural Society's Operation Manager Priscilla Bodden tells Radio Cayman Kids Night is a way to provide opportunities for children to meet each other and do things over the weekend.
It's $15 per child, and if you have a sibling, we'll do a $5 discount. Additional food and tickets for, treats that we'll have there is available. With going into it, you'll get one drink ticket, one food ticket, and a popcorn ticket. Any additional you can purchase while the kids are there.
Registration is limited to 50 kids at this time. Proper support will be given and kids will be separated into age groups. The event kicks off tomorrow, but you have until tonight to register. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Danielle Yawowiecka. As the row between the European Union and AstraZeneca continues over the company's decision to limit vaccine deliveries, the German Health Minister Jens Spahn has warned of 10 tough weeks ahead. The EU wants AstraZeneca to use production from Britain to make up its shortfall, but Britain insists that AstraZeneca should continue to fulfill its vaccine commitments. Pfizer and BioNTech say their vaccine has been shown to be effective against coronavirus variants that emerged in Britain and South Africa. They said the virus mutations had only a small impact on the effectiveness of antibodies generated by the vaccine. Pfizer said it would continue to monitor it against new strains. Following US calls for a robust and clear probe into the origins of COVID-19, China has warned that a team of visiting WHO experts must be allowed to work free from political interference. The WHO's 13 disease specialists have left quarantine in the central Chinese city of Wuhan. They will now have the chance of face-to-face meetings. The Supreme Court in Pakistan has ordered the release of 4 men accused of involvement in the killing of an American journalist, Daniel Pearl, in 2002. The court dismissed all appeals against the acquittal of the main suspect, Ahmed Omar Sheikh, and 3 others. South Africa's Constitutional Court has ruled that the former president, Jacob Zuma, must appear before a judicial panel investigating alleged corruption during his time in office. The court determined that he did not have the right to remain silent. Mr. Zuma is accused of looting state assets during his presidency. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. News is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We are a not-for-profit, member-centric plan with a democratically elected volunteer board of trustees representing all sectors of the Cayman Islands economy. We have an all-in expense ratio of less than 1%, over 20,000 members, and $490 million in assets under management. We were the first multi-employer pension plan approved by the regulator in the late 1990s, and today we are still strong, secure, and are here for our employees and employers alike. If you would like to join or require further information, visit chamberpension.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Does 2020 have you thinking about making some changes in your life? Maybe you're considering a new job or career, or going back to school, taking a short course, perhaps starting your own business. Skills for Life can help. Skills for Life is a government initiative that highlights various training and learning opportunities available for Caymanians to retool, upskill, advance, and access what you need to succeed in the workplace. Want more information? Visit our website, gov.ky/Skills for Life today.
Dig deep and give from the heart. Your loose change may not seem like much right now, but we know that it can add up to a lot once we put all together. Last year, the Meals on Wheels Change for Change coin drive had to be cancelled due to the pandemic, but we did not stop providing nutritious hot meals to some of the most vulnerable members of our country, our seniors. Now we need your help to continue to meet the increased demands. We seek your generous donations once again as we aim to continue to serve over 300 meals per day. Please gather up your loose change, fold up your paper money or checks, empty your coin jar and donate whatever amount when you see the Meals on Wheels volunteers stationed around Grand Cayman on January 29th and 30th. Join Cayman Islands Meals on Wheels, Davenport Development and Radio Cayman in the fight to end senior hunger in the Cayman Islands. Visit www.mealsonwheels.ky or call 769-1974 to learn more.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Change your thinking, change your life. Developing your emotional awareness can have profound effects on your life.
As Daniel Goleman said in his book entitled Emotional Intelligence, people who cannot marshal some control over their emotional life fight inner battles that sabotage their ability for focused work and clear thought, whereas people with well-developed emotional skills are more likely to be content and effective in their lives, mastering the habits of mind that foster their own productivity.
Change your thinking, change your life.
Radio Cayman's Cayman Strong Series was brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Good morning. Time now for the latest weather report. Current temperature is 80 degrees. Relative humidity is 80%. The barometric pressure is 30.07 inches and rising. The wind is out of the north-northeast at 9 knots. Overnight low temperature was 76 degrees. Synopsis indicate moderate to fresh winds and seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours as a cold front moves over the northwest Caribbean, resulting in an increase in the pressure gradient across the Cayman area. Radar images show no showers around the Cayman area at this time. Now the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will be in the mid-80s. Your winds will be north to northeast at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Forecast for tonight, pretty much the same, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a 40% chance of showers, and temperatures will fall to the low 70s tonight. Your winds will be north to northeast at 15 to 20 knots, and seas will be moderate to rough with wave heights of 3 to 5 feet. Small craft should exercise caution over open water from tonight. Today's high tide will be this morning at 9:56 and low tide this afternoon at 4 minutes past 4 and a high tide again tonight at 9:19. The sun will set this evening at 6:15 and will rise tomorrow morning at a minute after 7. And the outlook is calling for rough seas expected from tomorrow morning along with fresh to strong northeasterly winds, and these conditions are expected to continue through Saturday morning as the front becomes stationary southeast of the Cayman area and for the associated high-pressure system to build over the southeast United States. That's the very latest on your weather report.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look what's happening on our roads coming from the east. On the Linford Pearson Highway, traffic is busy. Slight delays expected as you're heading down to Georgetown. And coming off of Agnes Way, busy traffic as well. And steady traffic on some sections, Crew Road, other sections busy. Traffic is moderate on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, and light traffic on Owen Roberts Drive. Coming from the West Bay four-way stop, moderate flow of traffic. As we look to the West Bay Road and from the Ritz, traffic is moderate in both directions. And coming off of Esterly Tibbetts Highway, steady traffic heading towards the Butterfield Roundabout and continuing on to the Industrial Park area, so slight delays expected. Let's move back down to downtown Georgetown on Edward Street and Shedden Road, not looking too bad as traffic is flowing at a good pace. That's the very latest on your traffic. Join us again come 10 minutes after 12. We'll give you another traffic report. Remember, click it or ticket.
You've come to love Subway's Eat Fresh menu. Let them bring it to you and cater your next important meeting or outing. From customized box lunches starting at just $6 to their famous platters, you'll love the taste and the price. Have Subway cater your next staff meeting, boat or beach outing, or birthday party. Their crowd-pleasing sandwich trays will do the trick, like the Fresh Fit platter or maybe the new double meat wrap platter. Subway has a platter to fit everybody's taste. And don't forget to add a cookie platter for dessert. Cater with Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
The pressures of living, managing under adverse financial circumstances, trying to make ends meet by the minute, by the hour, by the day, sorting out matters for today, bills that come due, feeding the family. So much pressure in one place at one time. Step away from it all. Time to recharge, to renew, to refresh. Time to break away. Catch your breath. Make your way to a place of peace, wellness, nature. Reconnect with the Queen Elizabeth Botanical Park in Franksound. The wind, the birds, the orchids, the blue iguanas. Wellness, renewal, mental peppermint. The Botanical Park, supported by Rotary Central Community Service. Rotary opens opportunity.
That thing we've been saying for 64 years? Ignore it. Eat the KFC wings, drink the KFC gravy, fill up on fries. Just please forget the thing we normally suggest. You know, that thing you used to do with your tongue after finishing a delicious piece of our KFC chicken. We get it. It's not easy. There's a reason why it's been our slogan for over half a century. But the world's drastically changed of late, and as soon as we can embrace the change, the sooner we can all get back to doing what we do best. KFC. It's good. Business Buzz.
Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. This is the second and final segment of the Business Buzz for this Thursday morning. Thanks, Susan. To all our listeners, whether you're driving, you're in the office, you're at home, I want to say thank you for tuning in. You could be doing anything else, listening to anything else, not a station, watching television, but you're listening to Radio Cayman, and you're listening especially to the Business Buzz. Thank you so much. I want to say good morning to John Dunn. John is the owner and head chef of Fidel Murphy's. Well, we know it as Fidel Murphy's, but it's Fidel Murphy's Public House and the Kitchen. Good morning, John.
Morning, Anita.
Every time I talk about food on the Business Buzz, I get hungry.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that's going to happen. As soon as you leave here, I'll have to look for food. So, John, you're the chef and general manager as well as the owner. It's a pleasure to have you on the Business Buzz.
It's good to be here. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kathleen, your wife, was supposed to be with you this morning, but...
Yeah, she's got to drop the kids to school. She's got 2 drops to do,
drops.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do the job.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we're glad to have you in the studio. John, you're originally you're Irish.
Yeah, correct.
Born and bred.
Yeah, down in Wexford I was born.
Okay. Yeah. And you're now living and working in Grand Cayman, have your own business.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It's great. Yeah. We love being here. The weather's a lot better here than Ireland, so yeah.
I agree.
You can't
I
complain.
agree. Actually, Ireland is my bucket list. Now, you just didn't wake up one morning and think, I'm going to be in the restaurant business. How did it all start?
Well, it started because I couldn't get any other jobs at the time. So I was training as an electrical engineer.
This was in Ireland?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was like 17, went to college, tried to become an electrical engineer. Got through the first year, and then the second year I failed, dropped out, couldn't get a job anywhere else, and started washing the dishes.
Oh, okay.
So started washing dishes in the local pub, and I haven't had any other job since. That was it. I just moved up from commis chef to chef de partie, and then started working in hotels around Ireland and different restaurants. And so I was there from 17 to 23 in Ireland, working different restaurants, and then over to Australia, and then over here. And been here ever since. Been here 9 years now.
Nice. So how did you get involved with Fidel's?
Well, we were looking for a place because we just had our first kid, Mac, and I was just approaching 30. Me and Kate were married, and so we were looking at somewhere that we could actually own and do something with, and Fidel's came up, and it was a good deal at the time because it had gone through some changes and wasn't performing super well, so it was an opportunity and a great one. So.
Well, look at you now.
Yeah, it's going well.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
No, I love Fidel Murphy's. I don't go there too often. I'm not a regular, but when I do go, I enjoy the food. Sometimes I don't know half the people in Fidel's, but it's just a good atmosphere, you know.
Yeah.
No, so now it used to be Fidel Murphy's pub.
Just the pub, yeah.
Pub.
Yeah.
So now you're Fidel Murphy's Public House and the Kitchen.
Yeah. So again, it was. So we took over in 2015, and then in 2017, I believe, our neighbour Myrtles, went out of business. Unfortunately, it was a great place, but we saw the opportunity there to kind of compete with ourselves with a different concept, and took the lease over on that as well, and opened up the kitchen.
Compete with yourself.
Yeah, it's better off you're your own competition, right?
I love that. So, what were you competing against?
Well, we opened it up. Kind of, we weren't 100% sure what we were going to do, so we did a grill menu, and kind of French contemporary was the rest of the menu with some exciting stuff, like some local things as well. We were doing Cayman style beef, arepas, and a couple of other things because we had a young fella that was working there. He's a local kid, Will Jackson, and he had a lot of local kind of influence on the menu as well, which was nice. But it kind of evolved then that the steaks were the most popular thing. So the more steaks we'd put on specials, the more they'd sell, the busier it got. So we focused more on that, and until it became 90% steaks. Yeah, for sure.
So you know what? Maybe somebody else would quit, and you'll do some turtle.
Yeah, well, let's see.
A turtle house.
Yeah.
Do you have turtle on your menu, by the way?
No, we don't have any turtle on there at the moment. I know Myrtle's was very popular for it.
For turtle.
I'm not sure where can you go for turtle at the moment. South Coast is the only place I can really go for turtle at the moment. South Coast Bar.
Anywhere, Susan? You know? Local restaurants. Some local restaurants. Maybe country
and Western, yeah. Nice.
I think they do. I could be wrong because I don't eat meat anymore. I've never had turtle.
Turtle's lovely.
No, I'm not. I feel for those turtle, man. I'm not gonna. There's no way. Generally, what sort of cuisine do you serve at Fidel?
Fidel's is traditional Irish food. We do have kind of a mix of other things on it as well, like wings and nachos and things like that, because we show a lot of sports, like the American sports. They love to have wings and stuff like that. But our kind of most popular dishes would be the traditional Irish, the Irish stew, Irish breakfast, fish and chips, bangers and mash, that kind of thing.
Some Janie Mac.
The Janie Mac, yeah.
No, tell Susan what's Janie Mac.
Janie Mac,
John?
well, it's basically just a mac and cheese, except we put pesto and cream and 2 different Irish cheeses, bacon, peas and chicken in there. And we call it Janie Mac because I just like the name Janie Mac. We had a neighbour called Janie Mac growing
and it's
up.
peppy.
Yeah.
No, I love your mahi. Your
Yeah.
blackened mahi. I think it's with salsa.
Yeah, we do like a fish of the day basically. So we do mahi or wahoo, and you can get it blackened, grilled or fried, and you can get mash and veg or fries and salad or whatever you like with a mango salsa.
This is getting me hungry. Now, menu development is a very important. Is that an important aspect for any restaurant?
Yeah, it's huge. So like you're never finished with your menu really. It's constantly developing, and you should always kind of move with what's popular in your restaurant, not just what other restaurants are doing or whatever. You need to always be watching what you're doing, what's selling, what's not selling, and balance of a menu as well. So just because you're selling a lot of stew doesn't mean you should have 5 different stews on there. It has to be set up so as a range of people, a family that are sitting out for dinner are all happy and they've all got something to get.
Do you? How often do you change or adjust your menu?
We're just going through a pretty big change over at Fidel's at the moment to train. We've changed kind of, I think 5 or 6 different main courses now. We've got monkfish, scampi going on there, short rib, a new stew actually, because our original stew is a beef stew, but the really, really old classic traditional Irish stews are all lamb based. So now we do it with lamb, a lot more vegetables and pearl barley. And we make our own soda bread, and we bring in Irish butter just for that one as well. So,
sounds so good. Do you do duck as well?
We do duck over at the kitchen, yeah. We make a duck salad. So we just do confit duck leg, and then we fry that crispy, and we put it over a salad with mango and ginger dressing, cherry tomatoes and carrots. And that's super popular, really popular.
Before I became, not vegan or veg. I'm a pescatarian. So before I became a pescatarian, I used to love duck. So I look at the duck on the menu, I'm like, oh man, that looks so good. So folks, if you want a good duck, head over to Fidel Murphy's. Is food presentation equally important as well as the menu?
Yeah, of course. You eat with your eyes before you actually eat the meal. So if it's not appealing to your eyes when you look at it, it's not going to taste good. It doesn't matter how good it tastes if that first impression is not there. You're already kind of losing. So if you can make it look appetizing, the person salivating when they look at it, and then when they eat it, the taste is there as well, and you can't really lose.
And you have a return customer there and then.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is some of if you talk about a lot of your dishes, but what is some of your signature dishes you're best known for at Fidel's?
At Fidel's,
you've got to have a couple.
Yeah, it depends on the time of day. Like for breakfast, the full Irish is hugely popular. obviously it's kind of, you don't really mess with it. It is what it is. And then we've got the Mac biscuit for breakfast, really popular as well. We call it the Mac biscuit because my son's name is Mac, and it's kind of McDonald's. So we make our own biscuits, and then we put fried egg, avocado, hollandaise sauce, and bacon on it.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's a munch. It's a good kind of hangover food as well for people when they're coming in. But and then during the day, the lunch and dinner, it's Irish stews, fish and chips and bangers and mash would be big. Lunch, the KFC burger. We do our own version of a KFC burger.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it's just a burger like made in the KFC style, our own breading and stuff on it, and then we served that just with fries and salad or mash and veg, and it's like $11 for lunch. It's really really.
That's
fun,
lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Are there any new items on the menu that you're gearing up to introduce to your patrons?
Yeah, we've been advertising for the last week about we've got crab toes going on the menu over at Fidel's.
Crab toes?
Yeah, well, in Ireland you'd call them crab toes. So you get
the legs?
Yeah,
okay.
the actual claw, and then we remove all the meat from the knuckles leading up to the claw, and then we just deshell everything around the nippy part of the claw, like the little toe. So in Ireland you call it a toe, and you serve it on soda bread with garlic butter and salad.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
I'm a pescatarian.
Yeah, well, that one is going to suit you.
Yeah. So is that a lot of crab meat, or just because I'm thinking the little crab, the little claw, the feet?
Yeah. Well, the crab meat, you're getting about 4 ounces of actual meat.
Okay.
And then you've got the bread and stuff as well. So it's when you've got that much crab as well, it's quite rich. So
it's crab. Give me that again. I want to hear that again.
So you've got all the crab meat mixed up in there.
Right.
And so you got three big legs and 3 big claws.
Okay.
And then that's just heated up in garlic butter, and then that's dressed over the top of it on top of homemade soda bread, and some garlic butter on the side to dip into as well.
Susan, are you hungry yet? No. Is this? How soon are you going to have this in your menu?
That's on specials right now,
Right
and we're
now, okay.
hoping to print off the new menus kind of tomorrow or next day.
And
we've got maybe 5 or 6 other dishes.
What else do you serve this with, or is this just by itself?
This is an appetizer, so it's just with a small
okay,
side salad.
Okay, it's an appy. Oh, okay, nice. I gotta be that. Remember that now. No, what else do you have? Is that local crab, or is this?
No, these are Jonah crab claws, so they're just off Maine. Yeah.
You don't have enough local crabs.
No, unfortunately.
I've got some in my yard if you need some. Anytime you need some. What is it like to manage and operate such a busy restaurant, John?
It's great. It's exciting and it's stressful. It's when you're busy, you think it's never going to be quiet, and when you're quiet, you think it's never going to be busy again. So it's stressful in that way, but it's very rewarding. To have a nice team that we have together at Fidel's is the main thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very happy team. If you can keep your team happy cows, happy milk. That's kind of
milk.
Yeah, the service is good, the food is good. Yeah.
Now, John, we're going to take a quick break. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Business Buzz and Eat in Your Company. And in the studio this morning, we have Mr. John Dunn. John is the owner and head chef over at Fidel Murphy's Public House and also the kitchen. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll check out what's happening over at Fidel's. Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with K-Man Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. K-Man Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by K-Man Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
Attention, displaced Caymanian tourism workers. The Ministry of District Administration, Tourism and Transport is reopening registration for the tourism stipend to assist Caymanians who work in the tourism sector and have lost their employment due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Registration will take place until Friday, 29 January. To apply, visit stipend.ourcayman.ky.
Now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you hear me now? Everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, right from your Android or iPhone. Download the Radio Cayman app now on your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the second and final segment of the Business Buzz this morning. It's 29 minutes until 9 o'clock, 29 minutes until Susan give you some beautiful tunes on the breakfast session. We're speaking with Mr. John Dunn. He's a head chef and owner of Fiddle Murphy's Public House and the Kitchen. Good morning again, John.
Morning again.
Boy, you've got me hungry. Susan too. And hopefully our listeners. Now, John, do you do any type of farm to table?
So farm to table over at Fidel's in the Kitchen, mostly it's dealing with suppliers that make local products. So we used to do a whole roast pig, porchettas on Sundays, and we get all our pigs from Old Brown Ranch, which is really nice because you can go down and see the pigs and see that they're actually kept very well and they're fed well and stuff like that. And then for suppliers, we deal a good bit with a local bread supplier called Saucha. Saucha make their own kombucha and they do vegan meals and stuff like that. But our bread stands out. It's amazing. We do a dish over at the Kitchen where we just use her bread and we just do sautéed mushrooms on top with a little bit of truffle oil, 2-year-old cheddar and balsamic, and that's by far our most popular.
Sounds so good.
And it's just mushrooms on toast, but when the toast is that good, it's good
you
to
don't need
do
anything else.
No, exactly. Yeah.
You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about the kitchen and the menu, John. Okay, so what percent would you say steak? 98%?
As far as the sales go, I'd say, 95% would be steaks. Everyone comes in there for the steaks because you get a free glass of wine with your steak or a beer or a martini. And so it's a really good deal with the steaks. And you get your sides for free and all that kind of stuff as well.
What sort of sides do you get?
You've got a choice. So like starches and veg, you got mashed potatoes, fingerling potatoes. We do 2 different fries. We do like the skinny fries and we also do big fat steak fries. They're like mashed potato inside, but they're all crunchy on the outside. And then we've got broccolini and asparagus, mixed vegetables. We got a couple of different salads that you can get on there as well. So even if you're like doing keto diets, so you're doing kind of anything that's you don't need carbs or starches and stuff like that. And I don't want to say it's healthy to eat steak, but it's it's not so bad. Yeah.
No, steak every now and then is good.
Exactly.
You know, when someone say I'm looking for some place to eat, I'm choosing to eat at a restaurant. What do you think make Fidel's so appealing?
Well,
and the kitchen as well. You can't forget the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, it's Fidel's it's like more than a restaurant. It's like your third place. So you've got some restaurants that you go to that you're not just going for food, you're going because you've got home, you've got work, and then you've got a place where you can relax and you can have food and it's a decent price and your service is friendly and the customers are kind of pleasant and it's just a nice place to relax and enjoy yourself. So,
you know, we were talking about this earlier. You go to Fidel's and you see children, you see the kids.
Exactly, yeah.
And most people would say, oh, well, Fidel Murphy's is a pub. I'm not taking my kids to the pub.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a place where you can bring the entire family.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what it is back home as well. If you go to a pub in Ireland on a Sunday, it's just tons of kids running around. Maybe they shouldn't be running around as much, but but yeah, we encourage it. It's definitely a family atmosphere at Fidel's. Yeah, for lunch and dinner, and on the weekends it's families on Sundays eating roast dinners all day. It's really
and
nice.
I like it for my birthday especially because I was born on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
so
it's a big party.
I feel a little some affinity to the Irish, especially to Irish food. And Danny Boy on my birthday. Anyway, are you COVID? We have to talk COVID. We must talk about COVID. Last year especially, after the lockdown and we started to get back out in the streets and eating in the restaurants again. How did you cope with all of that?
Well, we were at a point, a position that we kind of had to adapt and we had to evolve because you don't know when it's going to end. When it locked down, it was like 2 days after Paddy's Day, and we were told no more meetings.
Right, so I didn't have a birthday cake.
Exactly,
right.
you didn't even have. You could only have 50 people in the pub on Paddy's Day, which is crazy. Well, it's not crazy. It worked out, but we had to adapt, and we moved into our own delivery, which was a huge amount of the reason we managed to keep going during COVID, and we've managed to reach a lot of customers because of that as well. Because people who normally, like you say, wouldn't go to the pub with the kids for dinner and stuff like that, and then they can see, well, we're advertising in so many places that we do our own delivery, and the menus are right there, and it's easy to order because we set up a whole website that it's easy just to click each item and then we'll deliver it. And then the challenge was trying to get servers to become delivery drivers and chefs to become delivery drivers and all that.
Did you do any delivery yourself?
Yeah, I did it. Yeah. Because we had tons of chefs, and we moved everything into one kitchen, and then we put 2 menus together, and I was kind of controlling the driving, and Jarlath, he's the head barman, he was controlling the link between the laptops and the bento apps and all. We had 3 or 4 different things going with orders coming in all the time, and he was trying to get the kitchen to delivery drivers, and we had to come up with a lot of different systems. So it was a challenge, but it worked out really well.
Do you still do delivery?
We do our own delivery at the moment, and we're just trying to kind of get our heads back around going back into delivery a lot more, because you don't know when it's going to. We don't know what the future is holding. At the moment, there could be another freaking virus next week, and so it's a bit scary, and we'd like to be prepared for it. At the moment, we do with Island Grub, Fine Dine, and Bento.
Okay.
And Island Grub and Fine Dine, they're great because they've been around for so long, so everyone knows them as well, and they don't take any percentage of restaurants' profits.
We had them on here a week ago.
Who's that?
Island Grub.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah,
we love dealing with them. So, but we'd like to do our own delivery as well, and kind of maybe develop an app for Fidel's in the kitchen as well, so you can download it and get rewards and all that kind of thing. But when we managed to open back up as restaurants, we were so busy that it was just like, forget about deliveries for a while.
But just don't. I think that's a great idea. Those are great ideas. So just keep them right there and work on them, because, like you say, we never know when something can happen again. But hopefully not. But we still have to be prepared.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you still have that menu? It was a separate menu, so you do have it up on your website still for delivery?
Yeah, if you go to fidelmurphys.com, you'll see there's the Fidel's menu and the kitchen menu, and they're both separated, and you can actually just click on whatever item you want, and it'll come up on our computers, and we do.
That's how easy it is to place an order.
Yeah, for sure.
And or you can call Island Grub, and they tell them what you want, and they call you. Is that that's how it works, right? They call you.
Yeah.
So now all this food that make me hungry. Do you offer any catering services for special events?
We do, like for birthdays and things. If you're having a party in your house or whatever, our most popular thing for catering events is the whole beef Wellington. You know what beef Wellington is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we do that to whatever size you want. We had one.
We call it meat. It's the same as meat pie, right? Sort of thing, right?
So we'll do a beef tenderloin, and then we'll wrap the outside of that in mushrooms, and then wrap the outside of that in
crust.
Bacon first. So we do
a
copa bacon, and then a crust, and then we bake it. And so you get to have a whole Wellington with sides and everything, and cut it up and pretend that you made it yourself.
Just add a salad to it. I worked over this all day to enjoy. Take for instance for Super Bowl. Do you normally do catering? A lot of catering, because you're busy yourself.
Yeah, so for a big event like Super Bowl, we'll be focusing mostly on the restaurant.
And that's coming up on the 7th.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so normally that's actually because Fidel's is, it's all expat and locals that go there. We never really had a huge tourism trade, except for the Super Bowl, where everyone from the hotels would be like, I want to go to the Irish pub and watch the Super Bowl there. And so we do like $1 wings, and we do beer specials, and we do nacho specials and stuff like that. Stuff that you'd eat for a game. That's what we do on the day.
Oh, so anything special for this Super Bowl?
Again, it's like $1 wings, $10 nachos, and then we've got a couple of different.
How many pieces of wings for $1?
So we do a whole pound.
For $1?
Oh no, sorry. On the menu, it's we do a pound of wings, and that's like $12. But for the Super Bowl, we do big, massive jumbo wings, and you get one wing for $1.
Okay.
But the one wing is, I think it's like 3 ounces.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good size.
Yeah.
Now, how important is for pricing when you're operating a business or, in your case, a restaurant?
It's critical, and you have to be kind of on the ball from the very start. It's part of structuring your menu.
Because you have wings that cheap, there's got to be some,
Yeah, but it's give and take. So if you have a wing that cheap, you need to make your money somewhere else. So if you're getting a lot of people in there for a Super Bowl, they're there for 4 hours, so you know that they're gonna spend money on drink or whatever else, or they might get a burger too, because you can't just eat wings alone.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
But it's a draw for people, and then when you're designing menus and moving forward with that, it all has to balance. So some things you won't make as much money on, but some things you'll make more money on. But you have to balance the prices so it doesn't look like things are out of order. Everything has to look like it fits on your menu, and then after that you balance with how much of certain items you sell, so as your food cost works out. Because you could be really busy and work really hard, but if your food cost is high and you don't know why, it's yeah.
And your prices are very good.
Yeah. We keep it reasonable, for
very
sure.
Good. You host a lot of events, local events.
Mm-hmm.
Alzheimer's,
the trivia.
Trivia.
Yeah.
You had the last one I've been to was for the fundraiser for baby Gia.
Yeah. Mike's baby, and that worked out really well. It was Andrea Watler who organised all that. That was a kind of a reach out for a couple whose baby was born very prematurely, and a good friend of ours as well. And Andrea and Dave organised the whole thing for them. I think they raised something like $3,000 in the end for. I know it cost them a lot more than that, but every little helps. So it was a great success for that. And we like to do work for charities with trivia events. So every month we'll do the Humane Society trivia event.
Right, that's right.
So they'll raise maybe $1,000 a month out of that. And then coming up to Paddy's Day, we're working with the Family Resource Centre, because they're doing a Women's Empowerment Month for March. So we're trying to work. We're going to do 2 trivia events for them, and kind of promote awareness for women's empowerment and in the family unit and that kind of thing for the month as well. So kind of it helps us because we get customers out of it. It helps them because we manage to raise money and awareness and stuff for them as well. So
it's a good way for people to be in contact with your restaurant.
Exactly, yeah.
People who've never come in before.
Exactly.
They come for an event like that. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they had such good food here.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Crab fingers? What? I'll be back. I'll be back.
Crab toes.
Oh, yeah, crab toes. Crab fingers, crab toes. Oh, same thing. Now, how difficult is it to find staff for your restaurant?
It's difficult. It's the same kind of obstacles that you'll find in any country. To be honest, to find the good staff who are interested in working and that kind of thing that are coming from overseas is hard, because if you're hiring someone from overseas, they want to come here for a party and it's kind of transient and that kind of thing. So you've got a difficult first 6 months with people you're bringing from overseas. But if you can get local people involved in the restaurant industry, I think that's key for the longevity of a restaurant, and to retain locals in your restaurant is hugely important.
How about your staff? Was teamwork like?
It's it all one doesn't come without the other. You don't have good service without good teamwork, and if you're going to be a bad boss, or you're going to blame people or whatever, then the team kind of breaks down. So it's not just the staff that are important with that, but you have to look at yourself and make sure that you're kind of motivating and rewarding people and stuff like that as well. So it's without teamwork you don't have a good restaurant.
How about good customer service?
Yeah. That's where it comes from. You have to be. You treat your fellow staff as if they're customers as well. You know, you shake hands and you say hello when you come in, and you professionally stand up straight. And then when you come to the customer, you're already in a service mode. You know, you're already at their service, and that's. If you're going to be rude to a customer, it doesn't really help you. You don't make money, you don't make tips, so the restaurant doesn't make money either. So
that's why all the waiters and waitresses, they're so nice.
Yeah, because they have to be.
I know it works, because if I have a waiter or waitress who's really nice and, just bring on the red carpet, they get a nice tip.
Yeah, and you walk out feeling better as well. You're happy. Yeah. It's a good
And
experience.
I'm thinking to myself, I hope he isn't just, doing this for the tip. No.
Hope he doesn't do this for everyone.
No, right. But you just, you know when it's good service.
Of course.
You can tell. John, we have to take a break. We've got to make some money. Not only you, we've got to make money here too. So we'll take a quick break. Thank our sponsors, Cayman Medical Center and Cayman Cayman Medical Supplies and Cayman Insurance Center for their proud sponsorship of the Business Buzz this morning.
For 46 years, our Cayman Insurance Center family has worked to protect your family and your most valuable assets. And we are happy to announce that our offices are now reopened to better serve you. For your added convenience, you can also make payments online or make inquiries by phone or email. Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family. As your family's health is everything, do all that you can to protect it. For your family's safety, social distancing practices are in effect at our offices, and masks should be worn. From our Cayman Insurance Center family to yours, stay safe, stay Cayman strong. For more information, call 949-4657.
It is truly important to our country that the voices of all the people in the Cayman Islands are heard on Election Day. Your vote counts. So on May 26th, exercise your democratic right and vote. A public service announcement from your #1 community station, Radio Cayman.
This is how we wake you up in the morning. Praise time on Radio Cayman. Praise time.
Jesus in the morning. I will. So send me, Lord, I will go. Born again. Thank God I'm born again.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. We're in the final stretch leading up to 9 o'clock. In the studio this morning, we have Mr. John Dunn. John is the head chef and owner of Fidel Murphy's Public House and the Kitchen. John, we're down to the stretch now. Let's talk business. Hours of operation. What are the hours of operation for Fidel's and the Kitchen?
So Fidel's Monday to Friday would be 10 a.m. till 10 p.m. we do food, and then we'll be open till 12 o'clock, but we'll be open later on Fridays when we do the karaoke. Now,
you have karaoke?
Yeah,
Vicky
that. Wheaton comes down and she does karaoke every Friday.
Oh, so that starts at
9 o'clock.
At 9 until closing?
Yeah, well, pretty much she'll finish up about 11, half 11.
Okay.
If it's really crazy, she'll keep going for a while to make sure everyone's still happy, but yeah. And then weekends we'll open earlier for the football matches. So we'll open at 8 a.m. for football matches on the weekend. Any Premiership matches that are from England that are on, we'll show those.
Okay. Well, you're busy.
Yeah.
How can someone keep up to date and get more information about Fidel's and the Kitchen?
The best way is the Facebook pages or Instagram pages. We post on there kind of daily, any kind of new events that are coming up and stuff like that. You'll see them right there on the Facebook page.
Now, we can talk about Fidel Murphy's and the Kitchen, but sometimes people go, where exactly are you located?
So we're in Queen's Court Plaza, right there on West Bay Road. If you know where St. Matthew's, the residences are there. And we're just up the road from there. In between that and what used to be TI, then it was Margaritaville. I'm not sure what it's going to be now, but we're right in that stretch there, Queen's Court Plaza.
Oh, and you're close to 7 Mile Shops.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
So that's a good marker.
Yeah.
7 Mile Shops. Now, what are the key points that you like to leave with our listeners, John?
Well, just the restaurant industry in general is a good place to work for locals. Expect to work hard and expect a lot of demands of you, but you won't work in a team as good as you will in a restaurant, and as rewarding it is. And you when you stay in one place for a while, a year or so, it starts to be like family, and yeah, it's kind of a unique place to work. So don't be scared of the restaurant industry. It's a good place to be.
I'm scared of my own kitchen, much less working, in a kitchen.
Yeah.
That takes guts, commitment. It takes a whole lot to want to do that. How do, as a chef, I mean, you've been doing it for quite a while. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? I mean, you work hard. You reached a point where you're now the owner mm-hmm. of a restaurant. Actually, basically 2 restaurants. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that whole process now that you've reached this far?
It's hugely rewarding. It's a great position to be in, and like it takes a lot of luck to get there as well, and a lot of perseverance, and you'll go through ups and downs and stuff as a chef. It's a very demanding job, and you can make something really tasty one day, but you need to make it every single time you're doing it, and you need to reset your station. Everything has to be organized. You end up kind of getting very OCD about everything. You'll go home and you're like, why is the butter there? The butter should be here. You know that.
Do you think you'll go into early retirement?
I'd love to, but then you kind of leave the place for a few days and you miss it, and you want to tip around and make sure that your hand is in things. So I'd like to, and spend more time with family.
Are your kids, are your children, are they interested in the restaurant business?
Yeah,
you think,
well,
so far?
Mac
I mean, your baby, how old are they?
Mac is 6 and Tyg is 2.
6 and 2.
Yeah, Mac wants to do everything Daddy's doing until he's doing it, and then he just gets distracted by something else and does something else. But we're here in the Cayman Islands, and we're settling here, like hopefully. So there's a lot of different opportunities for them as well here, more than what you would have back home. So I'd like him to kind of keep his eyes open and see what else is out there too.
Do you actually have a program, or not program per se, but an area where you train local Caymanians, in the field?
Yeah, we always try, and if a Caymanian without experience wants to work in the kitchen, mm-hmm. we'll hire them still. Like we've done that in the past a good few times. But we do let them know that it's not an easy job to do. It obviously it's not an easy job to do, but it's something that if your mind is open to it and you'll commit to doing the hard work, it is really rewarding at the end of it. Like just on a level of sense of achievement at the end of the day and stuff like that. When you've got a busy service and you get through everything and all the customers are happy and everyone's exhausted, it's a really nice feeling.
It's an Irish, let's say Irish establishment. Mm-hmm. Do you train your employees to things Irish by any chance, besides what's on the menu?
Besides what's on the menu, no. We try and, like, the front of house staff try and get them involved in knowing what the sports are on and stuff like that, but sometimes it's difficult. Like, if you don't have any interest in cricket or football, it's hard to get them to know what team is what.
Right.
But it's more of the front of house just needs to be friendly and like get excited with customers' excitement about things, especially when you're behind the bar. So you want the customer to talk. You don't want to be the one doing all the talking. Yeah. You want them to let you know and then be interested in what they're saying is the most important thing.
That way you get more tips too.
Yeah.
No, John, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio this morning, learning more about Fidel's and all the good stuff. Anything else we missed that you might want to touch on?
No, I think we've been through everything now. No, thank you very much for having me on. It was a pleasure.
And it's our pleasure. I want to thank our... You sure you don't have... I think you might have something else I want to talk about. No?
Do I?
No?
Just checking.
Just checking about all that good food and crab toes. I'm not going to forget
crab toes. And you got to come down and try the new lamb stews. Well, you can't, but... Because you're pescatarian.
I would love to, but
But we do a monkfish scampi as well, which you might like. You know scampi, the little prawns?
Yeah.
So in Ireland years ago, you would have scampi, but the restaurants would try and fool you and serve you monkfish instead. But just cut it up into prawn size shapes. But it ended up tasting extremely good, even better than the prawns did. Mm-hmm. So we do a monkfish scampi in honour of the pub that I started working in that tried to sell monkfish at Scampi when I was growing up.
Sound like a scampish thing to do. And on that note, John, we'll say thank you very much. Good luck to you over at Fidel Murphy's and the kitchen. Can't forget the kitchen. And the entrance to the kitchen is right next to Fidel's.
Right where the old Myrtles used to be, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll have you back in studio one of these days when you're ready to come back in and talk some more.
Yep.
But in the meantime, all the best and good luck with all your catering and everything throughout the rest of the year.
Thanks very much.
I want to thank our sponsors, Cayman Medical Supplies and Cayman Insurance Center. To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to the Business Buzz. You can join us right here in the Business Buzz Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30. And if you'd like to sponsor the Business Buzz, well, please give our sales department a call and we'll be glad to hook you up. Thanks to our sponsor, Ms. Susan Watson, for producing the program and putting this all together, and to our sponsors.
The Business Buzz is brought to you by Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 46 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And also brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211.
Shaken yet standing firm. This is Radio Cayman.